Part of the commando forces and this, they don't jog at them, they celebrate, on a vu ça, no be easy, dans commando. No be easy, on a vu on a right. No be easy, but I'm going to power. On a vu ça on a right. Na Siam. Wow, no easy. No easy. No easy. That's on the ice. No be easy. Wow. No easy. No easy, na Siam. Oh. Dans commando. That's yeah, yeah, come on too. February 2021. No be easy. Now part of the commando forces and this, they don't jog at them, they celebrate, on a vu ça. No be easy, dans commando. No be easy, on a vu on a right. No be easy, but I'm going to power. On a vu ça on a right. Na Siam. Wow, no easy. No easy. No easy. That's on the ice. No be easy. Wow. No easy. No easy, na Siam. Oh. Dans commando. That's yeah, dans commando. No be easy. Now part of the commando forces and this, they don't jog at them, they celebrate, on a vu ça. No be easy, dans commando. No be easy, on a vu on a right. No be easy, but I'm going to power. On a vu ça on a right. Na Siam. Wow, no easy. No easy. No easy. That's on the ice. No be easy. Wow. No easy. No easy, na Siam. Oh. Dans commando. That's yeah, yeah, come on too.
Kodwana Cafe, my fellow Amazonians. I salute all now, and as they take for Tokam, for Pidgin. They say Happy New Month, oh. I talk say Happy New Month for all now. The month of September, it don't start as the month of big action for Ground Zero. The month of September, it don't start as the month of very big action then for Ground Zero. Ground Zero, they shake la République. Una forces, they jam la République. The forces that is shaking la République from all angles. The month of September, it don't start as the best month for Amazonia. The month of September don't start as a very powerful month for which they are ahead for Amazonia. The month of September, it don't start as the most destructive month for La République du Cameroun occupation terrorist colonial forces for inside Amazonia. The Amazonian people, waiting they don't do them for La République du Cameroun just for the last 2 days. That means say 1 day and a half because we just enter we still there for afternoon for day number 2 for this month for September. The Amazonian forces across the territory, they be so extraordinary. I come today for bringing a really good news. Really good news. Una brave general, General Bush Rambo of the Amazonia Defense Forces for Oku, the only general where he won and he forces them. They don't take down about 5 colonial armor cars. And as you know, one of those armor car, it take between 4 to 6 occupation terrorist forces them. It don't destroy them. Today, I want to inform the Amazonian people. Say General Bush Rambo, now one of the bravest commander will get him on the ground. For what he don't do and for the Amazonian people them. And the kind of fight we don't put up against the colonial forces and against the occupation forces. Today, the second day for this month of September, we have brave general for Oku, General Bush Rambo of the Amazonian Defense Forces. Today again, he don't do another marvelous, mighty work. I want to bring another good news. Yesterday, as we be told just 2 days ago, say some internal forces, they be the plan for go attack General Bush Rambo. Based on the intelligence we provide them for here. Last night, Cameroun occupation forces, they make their way into Oku for early evening, while intelligence for our forces for Oku, they pick up their movements. The colonial forces for night, they launch an attack on General Bush Rambo because if you already get intelligence, say they don't enter his zone, they be know how for maneuver and launch a counter attack against the Cameroun colonial BIR. As they launch this counter attack, the fight go on till this early morning. For this early morning, General Bush Rambo, he do what he don't always do best. He set them a trap. He knows that they go fight and they go come out and go for some direction then. He go set them a trap. For this trap where General Bush Rambo set up, he set up for the best place where he get the Cameroun occupation forces. For that attack, for the counter attack which General Bush Rambo launched against the Cameroun terrorist forces, they blast and destroy one Cameroun colonial armor car. And as you know, one of those armor cars, they carry between 4 to 6 people them. It depends on the type where they use them. When I watch this video from the great General Bush Rambo for the action for today.
As you can see, they are on our target. Where? Oi! Where? We have tracked them. As you can see, they are on our target. Where? Oi! Where? We have tracked them.
That one no end for day. Yesterday, so first, make we cut 21 gun salute and 500 armor car salute to General Bush Rambo for the way he maneuver and use counter intelligence and counter offense or counter attack for be able for hunt the people they come for hunting. General Bush Rambo, la Republic come out for can hunt General Bush Rambo and the forces. They turn around, they hunt the hunter. General, your place day, your cafe day, 21 gun salute for you, 500 ammo car salute for you, shake in all day. Make a give now other news. Yesterday, the forces for 7 Qatar for Bafut, they strike La République du Cameroun occupation forces. They also destroy another ammo car for inside Bafut. Today, the forces, the way they call them, say, Bui Warriors, with their real name, because Bui Warrior is their group name, but their name for the part of that Bui Warriors, they call them, say, Air Force, for inside Bui. Today, when number 2 day for September for 2022, the forces, they launch an attack against the Cameroon occupation forces inside Jakiri. Inside Jakiri. And they take 2 harvests. At the end of my broadcast, I will publish that video for inside for this page here. When if you watch out, when I go see the harvest with the forces where they call them, say, Bui Warriors, with their name now Air Force. The commander there, the general and the forces, they launch a big action for inside Jakiri. They take down 2 La République du Cameroun terrorist occupation forces, and they get 2 harvests. One salute those brave warriors, we salute the brave heroes for their wonderful and excellent job. For make sure say, not the generation this. Not the generation this. So if you look at 4 days ago, they take out 1 La République du Cameroun ammo car. Yesterday, they take down another 1 La République du Cameroun ammo car. Today, they don't take another 1 La République du Cameroun car. In just the last 4 days, Cameroon don't lost 3 military trucks. In just 4 days. 3 military trucks with all the colonial terrorist forces that were there inside. In just 4 days. Who's at the Ongu today? Who's at the man we go for Equinox? Announce and say the war don't finish, things they don't come back to normal. Who's at the Ongu today? Because I don't send a message to Twitter. And I send you the video of how they vaporize their ammo car and fry all the Cameroon occupation forces. And I ask you for Twitter. Now they return to normalcy this, right? And who said Diongo today? For inside 4 days, 3 ammo cars down. One of those, they carry between 4 to 6 occupation forces then. Cameroon, it is shame for announce the death of their soldiers. But thank God for social media. The international community get minute by minute update. Even some of their journalism, like Mimi Mefo and the Cameroon News Agency, they said that they report these actions then. So, our forces for inside the great state of Mezam, our forces for the Bamenda Brigade, they don't put out a strong message today to the Amazonian public and for any colonial administrator or any person who work for the Cameroon government. Announcement for people that they stay inside Boya, inside Bamenda. They were general, one of our generals them for inside Bamenda, for inside the ADF Bamenda Brigade. Were generals them, they don't come together, they don't put out a public statement for all the inhabitants of Bamenda, for more than the 600,000 people that they stay inside Bamenda. We now listen for this very carefully. Number 1, the generals, they don't tell us, say, any person will get moto, and your moto, you get Cameroon license plate. Now for you, for move that Cameroon license plate, before that moto, it work out for the streets of Mezam. Before that moto, it work out for the streets of Bamenda. Also, before that moto, it drive for any part for the Amazonian territory. Because now about 2 months this, who don't tell about the no Cameroon license plate for inside Amazonia. Cameroon license plate it be banned. Now in a new month as they talk, what generals from Mezam, they don't come for remind one again. Because when they catch you, just like the forces for Bui, they're the enforcer. Just like the forces for Fako, they're the enforcer. Just like the forces for Meme, they're the enforcer. Just like the forces for Momo, they're the enforcer. Just as our forces, they enforce this policy across the national territory. Now, a liberation law. Now, the law of the land. No Cameroon license plate. If you want to drive, you only use your chassis number for your motor. Now you go take them. You put them as your license plate. Now, the number one that. Number two, any Cameroon, any person will work for Kamwata. Kamwata, now a foreign company, they never pay all their liberation tax. So therefore, they are water bill people them. Because Kamwata don't fail for pay their liberation tax for 2022, they only pay now a small percentage of their liberation tax. They never complete their liberation tax for 2022. So any Kamwata employee will go around for inside the city of Bamenda for distribute water bill, you go be arrested. Any Kamwata employee, when now you be bill distributor, now you go around for give people them their water bill. Any place for any Ambazonia where you see Kamwata employee for una quarter, he carry water bill them, it go from house to house. Una contact we immediately, una report them directly for we, una contact my office, una contact Capo Daniel the office, una take a picture of that person, and una report, una tell we the quarter way they we go deploy forces for that place. May they can pick that person up immediately. And when they pick you up, now you go pay the price for Kamwata, their failure, for comply, for pay their liberation tax. As long as Kamwata it fail for pay their liberation tax to the Ambazonian people, Kamwata it no go distribute water bill for any place in Ambazonia, especially for the city of Bamenda. These two orders, they be very important. Kamwata they operate inside the Ambazonian territory, they must pay any foreign company according to the liberation tax for foreign multinational companies. Any foreign company within inside Ambazonia, even if that company, when they call and say parastatal, even if that company be controlled by the colonial state, that company, it must pay a colonial tax. As long as you operate within the Ambazonian territory, your colonial tax must be paid to the Ambazonian people. The failure to pay the failure to pay liberation tax to the authorities of the land, when are the Ambazonian people, through our defense forces, when our employees, the directors of those companies, the CEOs of those companies, the employees of those companies, as long as they work around for provide services on behalf of that company, they will get themselves to blame. This one be very important for una. So I talk to make I take the time for bringing una this good news and also for tell una about this very important announcement. Now the month of September, it don't just start. I know say a lot of noise it is for outside day. I know say when I hear very conflicting information. This person can't talk about this one, this person can't talk about this one, this person can't talk about this one. You don't be for this liberation struggle for 5 years. You know what to be noise and you know what to be substance. You don't get enough education for understand the propaganda and for understand leadership. You don't get enough education as a nationalist. Every Ambazonian citizen is a nationalist. You not be mumu. A nationalist not be mumu. Mumu na la République du Cameroun citizens. Cowards na Cameroon citizens. An Ambazonian na a nationalist. Because you dey fight for your right for self-determination. You dey fight for your right for your statehood. You dey fight for your right for your sovereignty. You be a nationalist. Nationalists, they be straight people. Nationalists, they know what they want. Nationalists, they know what to be right. Nationalists, they know what to work. A nationalist, now a person where he believe for a future, he believe for a country, he believe for a rights, and he believe for what he deserve. You know what he go give you the independence you want. Propaganda, manipulation, empty talk, it no go take you, it no go give you independence. We don't see it for 5 years. You must understand leadership authority. What to be leadership? Leadership be defined by a vision of the future. Leadership it be defined by a vision of the future. Before you want to listen for some person, you must ask yourself, this person where they for in front of me, or I listen to or I watch. Now, which vision of the future where he don't give me for you if I can begin to tell me this confusive and manipulative information? I repeat, leadership it be defined. How you know say a person a leader? A person a leader because it be defined by a vision of the future. I want to ask all something. 1 month ago, when Diongute can talk for una, now which vision of the future where he give una? Now which vision of a bright future where he give una? Nothing. The only thing where Cameroun, Paul Biya, Diongute, and all the colonial administrators they offer una now a return to suffering, now a return to poverty, now a return to Cameroon tyranny and impunity, now a return to death, now a return to torture, now a return for slavery, now a return for extortion and exploitation, now a return to deprivation, now a return for starvation, now a return to lack, a return to darkness, a return to communities where they don't get road, communities where they don't get water, communities where they don't get small hospital. Now a return to beast brutality, army brutality, police brutality, gendarmes brutality. Diongute offer you now a return to rape, now a return to kale, now a return for random arrest, now a return for dust roads, now a return for communities, from one community to another community without bridges. Cameroon offer you a return into darkness. Una remember what I tell you? Leadership it be defined by a vision of the future. So, the next time when you hear some person, it can begin to give you orders. It can begin to talk and tell you, say, that they call for this number of days for do this. Ask yourself, now which vision of the future this person, a propaganda, it don't give me. The next time, Chris Anu or anybody else, if one can talk for you, can give you instructions, ask yourself, now which vision of the future this person don't ever give me. In the last 5 years, now which vision of the future they don't give you, and which they don't provide them, create them, develop them for you in the last 5 years. A nationalist na person will think critically. A nationalist need to take bullshit from people. A nationalist na person who listen to substance. You want to build a country. You don't want to play manipulative games. You want secure lives. Not before make noise. If a person of it show you what you don't build up for you for the last 5 years, he not deserve your attention. If a person of it tell you forces we don't put them on the ground for liberate you, not be namanima talk. We don't buy guns, put them on the ground for structured forces where if you see them. A leader be defined by the vision of the future. Secondly, a leader be defined by strategic thinking. Because even if you get a vision of the future, if you not get a strategy, the purpose, the commitment for wake up every day and live through and walk through and talk through and do the hard work for help the people may they gain those things where you don't set them for them as their vision of the future. At the end, leadership be defined by action. At the end, no matter who the person be, no matter how big a vision be, no matter how strong a strategy they be, no matter how compelling a purpose be, if the person not get the ethics for hard work, wetin una dey call and say miracles. Miracles they be created by hard work. If you want work, you want miracles for your life. If you want to make your life change, actually, I began a conversation with some person who coming on the ground. Some person coming from ground zero. He said, brother, so I really like the way we empower people them. I like the way we talk. I like the way they support and give people the hope. The person tell me, say, they think for, say, where if it by the end of the year, this is about 3 months ago. So by the end of the year, if you make 1.3 million francs, it will really solve the problems, man. And I ask you, say, but for all the things that we don't tell me, there are problems in the big past 1.3 million. By the time you solve all those problems, then the 1.3 million will still be enough. And I ask you, say, right now, what did he do? He said, well, you know, saying that because now wartime, I get small cocoa farm. I said, but cocoa, if you look cocoa, when I get biggest season now September, and then when I get all that small harvest then. So what did you do between January and September? So you go wait until September for harvest small cocoa. What if the harvest not come fine? I tell you, say, my brother, you be a farmer. During wartime, chop be very expensive. I want to make you focus for your cocoa, for your cash crops. But I want to make you also create another farm for chop. Egusi, cassava, groundnut, corn. One bag egusi now almost 120,000, if not 180,000. I think they're about 180,000 right now, or even more. I tell you, see, if you make farm and you harvest 10 bag egusi, you go be ahead of your 1.3 million. You go be ahead of your 1.3 million. You go to look at about 1.8 to 2 point something million based on the season we sell that egusi. But if you sell them for normal price, you will still be way ahead of the 1.3 million where you be the thing say that your own now the money that if you make them. You see, we help this guy make it see say he not only need for depend for one season for cocoa. And if the season turn very bad, then now it get for go borrow. Not be only for take care of that cocoa farm, but it get for borrow now, for start for borrow money for take care of your own family. Make you not only go come up for morning time for 9 o'clock, and then go take care of the cocoa, and then he only go make farm for feed the family. I tell you, say, for during war time, chop expensive. Turn yourself into a machine for feed the population during wartime, and you will be rewarded by your hard work. I tell you, say, I give you 6 months. If you take what I tell you for the next 6 months, you work very hard for clear farm for egusi, you clear farm, and that egusi farm, you plant corn and you plant egusi. You go realize and say you go harvest the corn for feed your family, but you go clear a big farm, bigger than anything we don't ever do before, bigger than any farm for your community. Clear the biggest farm we don't ever clear them. Decide for say during tough times you work the hardest. You leave early, you come back late. In the next 6 months, your life will change by hard work. Hard work creates miracles. Any person for this Oyibo land, whether or for Nigeria, the multi-millionaire, billionaire, what they call it, Dangote. When I know how many hours he work a week, Elon Musk, the richest man, the born from South Africa, now an African. He get a dream for transform the world with electric cars. When he build the companies, when he create PayPal, he be work 80 hours a week. When I hear me fine, he be work 80 hours a week. He no bigger house. They rent small office. Now for that office, it is sleep. Now for that office, it is work. They never even get place for wash. It come up for that place, sleep for day, work for day. He go sit down for a computer, work until the eye fit open again. Then it turn for chair, sleep for a few hours. When you want to go wash, they go for community center. Now for they go wash. The girlfriend one can see, they can't see for that place. It be work 80 hours a week, 7 days, non-stop. He end up for build PayPal, sell PayPal, take part of that money for start Tesla Motor Corporations, and part of that money for start SpaceX. Till today, it work more hours. It work 2 times than you. 2 times than all of us. Hard work creates miracles. There is no person who don't ever succeed without hard work. That's why at the end, leadership be defined by work ethics. A vision of the future, a strategy, and at the end, hard work. Over the last 5 years, when I don't get all kinds of movements, all kinds of people, they don't can say when all kinds of ideas. Most of them, they don't get even 10% work ethics. So how the person will carry you to a future if that person will be lazy? How that person will help you for move to the future if that person by themselves they be very lazy? In terms of the liberation. You see, we want to be very careful. Life be very easy. The journey be very easy. But if you make it be very complicated. Be a true nationalist. Leadership be defined by a vision of the future. And at the end, it be defined by work ethics. A person will be willing for sacrifice for you. A person will live by examples. Through their own hard work, they go inspire you. Through the hard work of which they build them for the state, they build them for the country, they create them for you. Not before some imaginary things that they create them for you and you feel see them. You feel experience them. Structures where they feel last, not be confusion. No person feel achieve progress through confusion. You achieve progress through discipline and structure. The reason why I bring these things up, now because why people don't be deceived for far too long. And you get multiple voices where they talk of now. But as a true nationalist, you got to choose. And you listen for a person if you take me to the vision of the future. And if you don't ever define that vision of the future for me, that vision of the future, I feel count on this person. Or not just a manipulative strategy for today. Or not just a manipulative strategy for distraction. Or not just a manipulative strategy without any substance. Can I count on this? Can I believe this? Now, which structure this person be anchored under? Can my life depend upon this for my independence? Now a leader, a movement, where I feel count on for my liberation, when I get a lot to think about. I don't live with a lot to think about. September will be a very beautiful month. And the mind said this. When I get a great evening. Again, I'll be with my brother, Lucas Asu, when I'm the press secretary for the executive office for Ambazonia Governing Council. May God bless you now. And as they talk again, happy new month. But for me, I don't want to wish you a happy new month. I want to wish you a month where you make the decision for work harder than you don't ever work before. Through hard work, if you change your life. Through hard work, if you change your family. Through hard work, if you change everything for your life. If you believe for hard work, you believe say life, now what you feel create them, then take these words, live upon them, and make you get a great month. Call me, tell me the remarkable things that already happen for your life as a result of which we don't talk today, as a result of the discussion we don't get them today. And then before you go for bed tonight, I want to make you make a decision and a commitment. 2 commitments. 2 decisions, 2 commitments. Decision number 1. You go listen to a leader where he give you a vision to the future. A vision of your future. A vision of your liberation. Number 1. Number 2, a leader will not be only a vision of the future, but a leader where he give you an action plan. I need to wake up every day for work for you, work for your forces, work for your liberation, and you see that. Number 2, a decision. Say you, for your life, for your family, their life. You go take papa, if not papa, take your man, bring your woman for table. If not man, if not boy, and you get girlfriend, when I sit down, when I decide say this month, when I go work hard more than any person for una quarter. If na farm, when I make bigger farm. If you dey fry pop-off, start early, stay a little bit late. If you dey make 5,000 for one day, try for push am for make 7,000 for one day. If you burn a fish, go a little bit early. Go a little bit early. Start a little bit early. No say hard work will change your life. When I come together as a family, as a couple, as even if na you want you day, decide to anything we want to do. If you put in enough hard work, more than anyone else, you go produce results more than anyone else. And the two decisions and this one you make, and the two commitments and this way you want to make, and in the next 30 days, you go get a different life because you go be for a different place and you go produce different results. All right? She shake no day. Not get a good night. I love you now.